promise nobody else. Got something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it. Nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute. Before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it. Hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on. Here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Indiana Pacers at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Taking a look at the Pacers, they're 6th in the Eastern Conference and still trying to make that next step forward, trying to finish in better shape than they did last season. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this. Because the veterans have been here before, they can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes 3 of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Looking back to the last matchup between these two teams, it was Orlando who was unable to get it done against the Pacers. And that game moved the season series to 2-zip.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
And before we get going, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. David, what do you have to say?
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's a pretty tall order. Guys?
Thank you, David. And tonight, something we always like to see, 2 fierce conference rivals going at it. Doris, what's the difference in emotion in a rivalry game such as this?
Well, what you like about something like tonight's game is there's a little bit of distaste, right? When these two teams meet, something important's on the line, and you can feel the intensity.
And the Magic start out with the ball. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Magic, Down low, it's the athletic pair of Gordon and Biombo. Peyton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. And it's Simmons in at the 3 slot. Here's Collison. Young outside. Back to Collison. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Collison's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And it's Simmons, that time on the assist from Peyton. Here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 25-point game against Cleveland.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
Here's Gordon. And again, it's Orlando converting.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Collison kicks to Young. Sabonis doesn't go for him. The Magic go the other way with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
Well, you hope they learn from the experience, and it's a shame it had to come at the expense of a loss because they did play well enough to win.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Listen, we know this about Thaddeus Young. He has very long arms. He's a nuisance on the glass. Big-time energy guy.
Ripped away. Bogdanovich against Simmons. Bogdanovich dishes to Oladipo. Poked loose and stolen by Biombo for the finish. And it's Biombo with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Good on the triple. Young's got 5.
Kev, no hesitation whatsoever from Thaddeus Young. Just pulls the trigger immediately.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now, here's Collison. He's coming off a 19-point game against Cleveland.
And it was a huge night for him at the other end as well. How about the steals? And he was just a big headache the entire game. And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
One shot.
And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather. Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Magic leading by 3. Here's Simmons. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Young in the corner. There's a screen. To the middle. Here's Bogdanovich. Here's Collison. No good on that one. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Well, it's been an up-and-down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
And the Pacers still looking for their first NBA title, but 3 titles, as we know, for the franchise in their ABA days.
How about in 9 seasons with the ABA, they made the finals 5 times. Now, granted, there were only about 10 teams in the league, but that's still pretty impressive.
That one is off. Greg, it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least one championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
And the second free throw, good. Pacers trail by 6. Knocked away. And here we go. Payton heading to the hoop. And Payton throws it down.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Not only can he make plays for others, he can take it upon himself to finish.
Here's Collison. Biombo with the block.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously...
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And not just sustaining the lead, they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
Here's Oladipo
Timeout.
after the Magic pick up 2. So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
You knew they weren't playing well. They tried to make some adjustments. Those got countered. This just wasn't their night.
Doris, this is about the time the trades start to happen. But let me ask you, if you acquire someone mid-season, this is always tricky. Can you reasonably expect that person then to continue and help you in the playoffs?
You know, I think you can, Kevin. I think some of it is how well does that person fit, both in terms of the skill set they bring to the table. Do they complement the pieces already in existence? And the other part is, and maybe the untold part, is the personality aspect of this. Think back to Cleveland's championship, LeBron's first in Cleveland and the first in countless years in the city of Cleveland, Channing Frye. People will not necessarily associate him with that championship, but if you ask the Cleveland Cavaliers, that guy's ability to mesh on the basketball floor and bring the respective pieces of the puzzle together were crucial in that championship. The answer is a definitive yes, you can.
So what I'm hearing in your answer is that it's a lot on the floor, but boy, there's a lot to consider what they do off the floor in your locker room.
Yeah, both pieces important, no doubt. Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Yep, that one goes.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Bogdanovich has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Simmons. Scored the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Oladipo. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
Yep, it counts.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Young left side. And now Orlando on the break. Payton with the ball. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Clearly a foul.
Orlando shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. Won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent. Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far. Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
And the three ball is good. 6 points for Bojan Bogdanovic.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Sabonis. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 4 assists now tonight.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Sabonis. Lance Stevenson comes in for Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. And a switcher also for Orlando. As Anya's checked in, got a piece of it. And here's Stevenson. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. Young's shot is off. And Fournier kicks to Hezonja. Over Bogdanovic, the offensive rebound. Biyombo, no luck.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Young with no one around. And a miss there on the triple. Orlando leading by 11. Kicks it to Biyombo. That shot misses. Good defensive work there by Young. Joseph, the pass to Young. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Young's got 13.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been, hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. The Pacers shooting it well so far today, guys. They've connected on 48% of their shots. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Well, the league is finally catching up with Thaddeus Young. 6'8", 220 pounds. He was a small ball power forward before that was in vogue. Now he's kind of the perfect fit.
And over the course of his career, Young more of a slasher than a shooter, Doris, at the power forward position.
Right. The southpaw has a very quick first step. And the last few seasons, though, starting to add that three-point shot. That will make him more effective.
Indiana making some changes. Leaf comes in for Young, and Joseph Young subbed in for Bogdanovic. Joseph with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Young. They trail by 11. Inside, here's Jefferson, and he converts the layup.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Defended by Jefferson. It's rebounded by Jefferson.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Young with no one around. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Gordon goes in.
Oh! He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Now, here is Young. Stevenson outside. And Gordon over to help. Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And so it's Indiana with it. After the Magic pick up 2. Screen by Jefferson. Just 5 on the clock. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Pacers trail by 15. Pass to Leaf. Screen by Jefferson. Back to Young. They set the pick. Stevenson outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for Indiana. That's tipped. It's stolen by Jefferson. It's stolen. Here's Azania. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Swiped away. And again, Orlando running the court in transition. And it's Gordon missing.
And this is really good defensive pressure, whether he gets the block or not.
No, Greg, you're absolutely right. This is strong defense. It's about making the shooter feel uneasy, and that's what he did.
A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. Stolen by Gordon.
Yeah, and that's the story for them in this half, how poorly they've taken care of the basketball. I mean, just giveaway after giveaway. I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Now, here's Stevenson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Leaf, no good. Magic leading by 19. And now Orlando on the break. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Man, has this offense been running? I'm just getting tired of watching them.
And Stevenson kicks to Young. Indiana moving it around. And he comes up with the deuce. Jefferson's got his second bucket of the night.
Al Jefferson is a reliable low post scorer. He understands how to use his size, his length to get shots.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Joseph. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Good D by Stevenson. Young from outside. Offensive rebound.
Sometimes, Kevin, it simply comes down to activity, and Jefferson relentless pursuing those second chances.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Orlando out in front as they end the first quarter with a massive 16-6 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Guys, we've seen the Magic really take control here.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
Pacers trail by 19. Young is out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Lance Stevenson. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Leaf in at the 4. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
Oh, and here we go with Gordon.
About that athletic.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Now, here's Joseph. His last outing, he had 8 points.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
13 feet away. Tries again. And another shot. He lays it in. He has 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the pass to Jefferson. And the dunk by Jefferson.
But Kevin, Al Jefferson not known as a dunker, but what he is known for is finishing around the bucket as he does there.
He gets that one. That's now 22 points for Aaron Gordon.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
By himself. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Jefferson setting the pick for Joseph. Stolen by Gordon. Here's Mack. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
I mean, you got to be honest. So the transition defense just has been lacking.
And it's Joseph in the corner. This one for 3. A rebound by Hazanya. Hazanya's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
Here's Stevenson after the Magic pick up 2. Passes to Joseph. And Gordon over to help. That's tipped. And now Orlando on the break. Gordon's running, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Can you remember the last time they missed?
I really can't. They're on fire. Seems like they cannot miss.
Now here's Stevenson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Joseph has an open look, and no good. The try spell continuing for him.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Joseph with the ball. He's covered by Matt. No coverage that time.
Well, I think the best part of his tremendous three-point ability as a big man is just how much it stretches the defense.
And the basket by Gordon.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to Leaf. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Leaf's got 5 points so far.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
From 18 feet away. No good off the front iron.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 8.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Young outside, puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Gordon's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Mack, good. Mack's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
Shot's good by Leaf.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
In the corner, it's Stevenson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, they've been better than good.
Oh!
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And Indiana shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Pass to Leaf. From down in the low post, it goes. Leaf's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Well, with the NBA being so much about pace and space nowadays, that makes Al Jefferson a throwback. A rare big man these days who wants to make his living posting up.
It's good.
Well, mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
Now Stevenson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And Jefferson has said he's seen the NBA transition to floor spacing big men happen right in front of his eyes.
Right, but he believes there's still a place for his game in the NBA. Still a good scorer, able to punish teams in the low block, playing with the second unit.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biyombo is checked in for Gordon. Simmons comes in for Mario Hezonja. Fournier is checked in for Mack, and it's Payton in for Augustine.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Bogdanovich wide open, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Pacers shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Collison dishes to Young. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Young's got 15 points.
I'll tell you, this game belongs to Thaddeus Young right now. He is getting great looks at the bucket.
Now the Pacers with it. Collison with it. Now Payton defending. Here's Bogdanovich. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And so here is Indiana following the bucket by Orlando. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Biyombo's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Young outside. Shot from 12. Sabonis, no good. Orlando dictating the flow. Here's Simmons, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich. Once in a while, we talk about the makeup of a good teammate. But, Doris, what are some ominous signs that a player might be in it for more himself as opposed to team?
Well, I think anytime you see someone who's not committed to practicing at the important times, somebody whose availability might be in question, who might let a slight, I don't want to say injury, but a nick or a bump or a bruise, limit their availability, that's obviously a difficult thing.
Sure.
And, the other part is, Kevin, the players that I think have the most success are those that can be as joyous about their teammates' success as they are about their own. That's something that strikes me about the Golden State Warriors. It's a group invested in the group's success, and you see that both monetarily in terms of what some players are willing to give up, and you also see that basketball, someone like a Klay Thompson who has to be effective in fewer shots with the addition of Kevin Durant.
Good breakdown. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And the Pacers operating in a smaller market, some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right, this is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
For Indiana, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
One shot.
That free throw good from Collison. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
Drills it from outside.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Shot from 12. It's rebounded by Indiana. Knocked loose, and so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for Orlando.
Well, when you have a whole team that is locked in, this is what your shot chart looks like. They are moving the ball well and taking shots with confidence. When this team comes out and is knocking it down from all over like they are right now, they are one of the toughest in the league to beat.
Screen by Young. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Second shot opportunity, and scoring with the play inside is Young. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, masterful work from Thaddeus Young. He's got such tremendous length down there.
Collison with it. Now Payton defending. Collison the pass to Sabonis. And Thaddeus Young again. Young's got 19 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Biyombo, that's in. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. Right side, Collison. Screen by Young. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Magic. Payton on the double team. 6 on the shot clock. And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Well, Orlando shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Here's Payton. They get it back. No good from Simmons.
Simply have to go up stronger than that. Could be a simple layup if he shows a little more determination.
Young outside from deep. Again, Young missing.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
No good from Simmons. The Pacers shooting well. They're at 45%. To the paint, here's Collison. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Dishes to Young. And Oladipo has it in the corner. The three-pointer, no good. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
First one falls for him.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And he makes both free throws.
And doing a good job from the line here in the second quarter.
Collison kicks to Sabonis. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Wow, Kev, love the power and the strength of Bogdanovich on that strong finish.
Payton drives in. Here's Biyombo. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
Inside, here's Payton. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Payton's got 10 points.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Here's Collison. Lays it up and banks it in.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
And you just got to love the way he moves the ball. Very unselfish.
I'd say he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible, and you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
19 seconds left here in the second. Oladipo for 3. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 6 assists in the game. To the inside. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And Oladipo kicks to Young. No good on the 3. And so it's the Orlando Magic with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. Our coaches really drew up something good for us. They wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Out in front at the half is Orlando. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. A fantastic game from Aaron Gordon in this one.
And through the first 2 quarters, they went to him repeatedly in the post, and boy, did he deliver.
And why not, Greg, right? If you continue to produce, just get him shot after shot. Super assertive right now on the interior.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. Down low, it's the athletic pair of Gordon and Biyombo. And it's Simmons in at the small forward position.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go, that's their philosophy.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. Doris, so often we talk about high basketball IQ. Is that something you can learn, or do you have to be born with something like that?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, but if you look at someone like LeBron James, whose basketball IQ may be the highest we've ever seen, I think he's a guy whose basketball knowledge is always expanding. And I think if you love the game, you're constantly taking in information. So probably a little bit of both.
So you've always got to be curious, right? Even if you're at the top of the game like LeBron or yourself.
Right. LeBron is he's constantly taking in sources of information, upping his ante in terms of film watching and preparation. Really special to be able to watch that guy work.
And I know that's how you prepare as a broadcaster now. I'd like to tag along sometime and watch you prepare for a game. That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be a blast.
Clock at 6. Simmons against Bogdanovich. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And Elfrid Payton with the foul.
Go the other way.
That's foul number 2 for him. The Pacers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Collison with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Collison, the pass to Sabonis. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 7th assist here tonight. Here's Simmons. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Simmons got 20. 90 seconds now into the second half. It's Oladipo on the wing. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Simmons penetrating. Biyombo, it falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Bogdanovich, no luck.
Well, I don't like their energy level since the break, right? They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots.
For Indiana, they've gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And here's Young from the arc. Here's Sabonis, banked in off the glass. Sabonis has got 10 points in the game.
I'll tell you, this guy does some tough work on the glass, battles as hard as anybody for those second chance opportunities.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Young from outside. Another miss by Young. For Orlando, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. It's Young on the wing. There's the pick. And stolen by Gordon. Fast break. Here come the Magic. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into easy points.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's got 11. Here's Gordon. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Young's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Oladipo misses.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here is Collison following the basket by Elfrid Payton.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for three just slips away.
Simmons. Second chance shot, and it's laid in by Gordon. Gordon's got 38 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Oladipo outside. Again, Oladipo missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
Some changes for Indiana. Leaf checked in for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Oladipo. Mario Hezonja's checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Elfrid Payton. They set the screen. Pass to Leaf. And there's the feed to Stevenson. Collison against Fournier, and Gordon over to help. Just 5 to shoot. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Gordon. Goes up, and it's Gordon with the finish.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Here is Stevenson, the Magic getting the bucket. Shoots off the step back. That one a little long.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They set the screen. Here's Joseph. Biyombo with the block. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their games. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
Jefferson's checked in for the Pacers. Joseph Young comes in for Darren Collison.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Fournier. Doris, it's been said that you started playing basketball in the 2nd grade. How did your love of this sport become so evident so early?
Yeah, you know, I moved to the Jersey Shore when I was 7 years old. There was a park right next door. And, you know, I'm the last of 8 kids. My family didn't have a ton of money, but boy, all I needed was a rim and a basketball, and I could spend 6, 7, 8 hours. My mother used to call me back in from the park to have lunch or dinner. I just spent my entire childhood on the hard court next door dribbling away.
Were you naturally good at it, or did you feel like you had to work at it, or did you just feel like I got a knack for this, I think?
No, I think, you know, obviously when you play the game from 7 years old, you pick up on a lot of the nuance, and as in anything, you have to work hard at something to be good at it. And
right.
It didn't feel like work because I love basketball.
It shows even now. And Corey Joseph, a terrific two-way player, Doris, at the combo guard.
Kev, he's got great pedigree. Remember, he began his career in San Antonio under the great Greg Popovich. This guy's a physical, mobile defender who will guard either the 1 or the 2.
The Magic have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Now here's Gordon, and he has 42.
Boy, what a quarter for this guy. Just give him the basketball and get out of the way.
And Stevenson kicks to Joseph. Here's Leaf. Offline with his three. Here's Gordon, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And Aaron Gordon, the athletic Aaron Gordon, playing much of last season at the small forward position during Serge Ibaka's short-lived stint in Orlando.
Yeah, and while he was excited to stretch his skill set, pretty clear it was a bad fit, especially in today's NBA. Gordon is a power forward, period. The Magic invested the 4th pick on him in that 14 draft.
Take a break.
They have to give him minutes at his natural position as his game continues to evolve.
And he makes the first. Doris, one result of the new CBA, minimum contracts increasing 45%. That's a big help to the NBA's working class, I think.
Well, I don't think there's any question that you see increasingly role players, someone like Draymond Green, whose value has not necessarily translated in terms of points per game, but his value to winning can't be calculated. And you're right. You see important role players and guys below the superstar level increasingly becoming better compensated. And, hey, listen, there's more of the pie to go around. Who doesn't enjoy a little more cherry pie, Kev?
Good thoughts. Good thoughts. Pacers have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
At the line for two.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, Orlando shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. That's good from Augustine. The assist by Gordon. Gordon's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Young.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times. Because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Mack drops them both. Pacers shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Jefferson setting the pick for Joseph. He feeds it to Jefferson. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
He has still not missed a shot. Where would they be today without him?
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
shooting 1.
That free throw good from Al Jefferson.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And Azania gets it to go.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. 8 points for him.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Poked loose, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, his last 10 games, he's getting around 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
To the middle, 4 on the clock. Mack, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
The Pacers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. And Joseph kicks to Stevenson, takes a 3. Orlando grabs the miss. Here's Mack. And no good. So Indiana will take it the other way. Stevenson outside. Indiana moving it around. Joseph, that's good.
Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the 3. Nice.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. And now let's take a look at a very well-rounded group of players. Shooting guards who can rebound with the big boys. Lance Stevenson is second. Victor Oladipo, fourth.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. I mean, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still something that helps your team get wins.
Oh, no doubt about it. Their contributions on the glass provide their team with a huge bonus. As hard as they work on the glass, it makes things a lot easier for their teammates in the post. Lessens the load a little bit on those interior guys.
Now, here is Young. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He kicks it to Jefferson. From 15 feet away, that shot off. The Magic shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. It's a hand on it. Here's Joseph. He has 6. The dish to Jefferson. Jefferson missing again. Here's Orlando now. Here's Mack. Another shot, and he lays it up and in. He's got 10.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Got a hand on it. Here's Azania. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Right side Jefferson. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Jefferson's got 15.
Well, it doesn't take a lot of space. Al Jefferson can knock down the mid-range game.
Now, here is Young. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Screen by Jefferson. And Young, here we go. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Augustine, no luck. Pacers shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
The Pacers shooting in this game 45%. Pass to Leaf. Lets it go from deep. Orlando grabs the miss. Max got 6 rebounds here tonight. And that one is stuffed right through.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And here are the Pacers now. The Magic getting the bucket. And Young kicks to Stevenson. They set the pick.
And that's going to be his 5th, guys. One more and he's done.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting for Indiana, Mike Stevenson. Taking 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. And for the Magic, their shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. Puts it up from 12. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. He's got 15. Bogdanovich with a screen on Simmons. Stevenson. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's Orlando, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
Our closer is our tempo, intelligent tempo. Let's still run. 1, 2, 3.
And that's Frank Vogel asking his guys to dictate the pace and ramp it up a little bit.
Yeah, he wants them to push the action, but just be smart about how they do it. Aggressive, yes. Careless, no.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. They've got Oladipo. He's out there with Bogdanovich. And Abogu out there with Poitras. And it's Moore in at power forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now, here's Bogdanovich. Adrian Payne missing his last shot. Poitras, no good. And here we go. Here's Payne. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Payne's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Magic. Moore, left side. Oladipo with a screen on Payton. Takes the 13-footer. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Kick out to Moore. And Doris, we know basketball is a team game, but fans and media alike love to focus on the stars. What do you think is the psychology behind that?
You know, Kevin, I think you and I certainly admire watching talent. And it doesn't matter what shape that talent takes. It could be a Broadway star doing their thing on a nightly basis, sometimes twice a day. For us, to watch somebody that we know has paid a price to be great is really special. And so those who are best at what they do are that because they put in the time. And who couldn't admire the work that's required of that?
What I like about your broadcast broadcasting, Doris, you never get distracted by the stars. They're obviously there, but I love the way you encompass the entire team and aren't just fixated on just that big-name player that maybe the average fan is.
Yeah, I think sometimes people forget NBA stars because they are so great and can seem like supermen. They're people, like everybody else.
They set the pick. 6 to shoot. They double him with Payne, Oladipo, and misses it off the right side of the rim. The Magic have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The numbers in their favor. Here's Bogdanovich. Buries the jumper to finish the break.
Wow, how about that feathery touch from Bogdanovich? You just can't let this guy get loose from the mid-range.
Here's Afflalo. Here's Payne. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Oladipo. Here's Moore. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Doris, the league would prefer that players stay in college a minimum of 2 years before entering the draft. Others have countered with straight out of high school in that approach. Which way do you lean?
I would say I would lean to allow these young men, if they're prepared and have the talent and ability to go straight from high school to the league, they should have that opportunity. We don't put restrictions on any other field of endeavor. If you're a great musician, you can go to New York City and make a living in an orchestra on Broadway. To me, if you're capable, you should be allowed the opportunity. This is America. We are a land of opportunity.
No good on that one. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And he's good on the second. And it's the Magic with the ball. And Payne slams it in.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Here's Poitras. He's guarded by Afflalo. Afflalo against Collison. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Shooting for Indiana, Darren Collison. At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Darren Collison. Doris, looking at the way the playoffs are set up, the top 8 teams from each conference get in. So at what point might the league eliminate divisions altogether?
I don't think that's far in the future, to be perfectly honest with you. What I'm as curious about, Kevin, is would they ever see the teams, regardless of Eastern or Western Conference, because there seems to be some disparity in level of competition. Is that something you'd like to see, Kevin, where the teams are simply seeded 1 through 16 based on record?
I don't think I'd mind it, Doris, but I do. Oh! That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Nice.
Oh, he was doing some major skywalking right there.
Was that flight cleared for landing? Did they get the clearance?
Simply in his own world, totally unaffected by the defense.
Indiana moving it around. And here's Moore outside. That shot off.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The awareness there, Kev. Afflalo finding the open man.
Indiana's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Poitras. Off target with his 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
They grab their own miss. That one falls. 14 points for Adrian Payne.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Oladipo against the Flalo. Oladipo dishes to Moore. And for three, Collison gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
I'll tell you, they're willing to give him that shot, and he takes advantage of it.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Indiana's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Here's Poitras. Off target from outside. For Orlando, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the 4th, 8 of 12. Here's Spates, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
There's the pick. High arcing shot. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Boy, the screen doing its job to perfection. One of the oldest plays in the book and still one of the best.
Outside Collison. Payton on the double team. Pass to Poitras. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Payne. The Pacers pull it in.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
The kick out to Oladipo. Buries the long-range jumper.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His 2nd triple tonight.
Inside, here's Spates. And the slam dunk by Spates.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Collison kicks to Moore. And the outcome of the collective bargaining agreement and a potential 11-year stretch of labor peace, one of the longest in league history. Doris, what does that mean for this great game of ours?
Well, it means certainly that we can all take a sigh of relief. Everybody wants to play basketball and see basketball played. So great for the players, their representation, great for the league, and certainly great for the fans and the television partners.
And Doris, I sense such fairness on both ends, too. It really is a partnership.
You know, I think it would be wise for both the players and the ownership to remember they need each other to peacefully coexist and to thrive. And when you're trying to get an agreement that does the best by both parties, this is what you can have. You can have a long stretch of labor peace that makes everyone happy.
Well said. That's good from Payne. The Pacers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th and even 50%. Knocks it loose and stolen by Payne. And Payne slams it in.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect in transition, right? He knew exactly what to do after picking that ball off.
Young with the ball. Now guarded by Aflalo. The shot's good from Leaf.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooter.
Matt. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Young outside, the 11-footer. That's short off the rim.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
Payne kicks to Mack. Connects from 3-point range. Mack's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Indiana's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. It's stolen by Mack. Makes it off the glass.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
Feeds to Young. Another miss by Young. Well, Orlando shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Aflalo, no good. Pacers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th, right around 46-47%. And the wide open shot from Collison. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
Doris, we've seen a number of aging players really change their bodies through better nutrition and improved fitness conditioning. Do you think we'll see more guys even extending it further, playing into their 40s in the NBA?
Well, how great would it be to see LeBron James play into his 40s? You look at a guy in the NFL, a much more physically demanding game in terms just of the hitting that's done in the game. Tom Brady approaching his 40th year, incredible. And LeBron James would be the player I point to. There's a guy 6'8", 200 and whatever he is, probably 65 pounds, who every single day puts time into the process of keeping his body healthy. It's great. His greatness has been sustained, but he pays a price to get there, Kevin.
And Doris, you can change your body and you can change your game too as you grow old.
That's a great point. Think about how much of a low post scorer Kobe Bryant became later on in his career because the elevation, his ability to elevate, so different.
Great example. And Indiana shooting here in the fourth quarter around 41%. And the dunk by Jefferson.
Kev, Jefferson's starting to heat up now. He's just getting high percentage look after high percentage look.
Textbook. Nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And here's Collison.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And stolen by Spates. And up the court come the Magic on the break. He scores his sixth bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Doris, the revenue-generating streams for players these days, more endorsements, acting opportunities, event appearances, you name it. What impact do you think that has had on the evolution of guys wanting to play in big markets, big cities?
You know, I think the world is smaller, and so it's not necessarily a requirement to be in a large market in order to have some marketing success. You know, you look at any number of stars, even Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, he's pitching any number of major company because of the level of talent. So I think it's been a good thing. I think it really comes down to where are these players comfortable. It's much more about organization and opportunity to win than it is city.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Poitras, and Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. DJ Augustine's checked in for the Magic. He makes one of two that time. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him two chances at the free throw line here.
Shooting for Indiana, TJ Lee. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
He misses the free throw. Doris, much to the chagrin of basketball purists, we're seeing the near extinction of the mid-range gain. Is there a way to reverse this trend?
Kevin, I don't know that we're seeing the extinction of it, and I would point directly to the Finals MVP, Kevin Durant, because if you look at some of his success, it is directly in the mid-range. Russell Westbrook has some effect in the mid-range. I mean, listen, certainly the priority is on layup and three, but I don't think we've seen the extinction of the mid-range. I think this is a cyclical type of situation in the NBA, very much the way we've gone away from a low post center. Would a player that's a next level, next generation kind of player change our thinking about that? Let's see. The game is always in a constant state of evolution.
And Joseph kicks to Young.
At the line for your Pacers, Joseph Young. 2 shots.
Two.
First one falls for him. He's off on the second.
You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Offensive rebound. Tries again. Here's Payne. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. And the Pacers shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Orlando.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Aaron Gordon.
Boy, what a determined offensive presence he has been for them tonight. He carried the scoring load, and as hot as he was, it took a ton of pressure off his teammates all night.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They lead 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Aaron Gordon.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He took charge tonight, and it was just that type of breakout performance they needed. As they try to shake out of the slump they've been in, they'll be hoping he has more nights in him just like this one. And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. So it's Orlando now. Kicks to Payne from 11 feet away. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win. I have to tell you guys, what a delivery on that lead pass. He puts it right where his teammate can go get it.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
Yep, it counts.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
No good from Spates. Young outside. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Evan Fournier. Hey, Evan, does a win like tonight's against this kind of competition show you how far you've come as a team?
Yeah, sure. You know, we obviously showing progress. But we want to be a very good team. We are very ambitious.
Nothing wrong with a little ambition, Evan. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.